And then one other thing is that I will be sending out a survey at the end of the presentation. And from the survey, I'll be picking one participant response to get free software. So the free software that we'll be giving out today is Office 365 Home Edition. So that's your Word, PowerPoint, Excel for 1 year. So that's about $100 value in that software. And I'll start my video too so you guys can see me. All right. So really, the first step in in a CRM implementation, or what is CRM, is kind of defining what is CRM. And what is it for your business? A lot of times, the customer relationship management and software is different for a lot of different businesses. A car dealership might define CRM or CRM package as how they define, how many leads are coming into their showroom, or how many potential customers are coming in their showroom, or maybe how are they supporting their existing customers through their maintenance plans, or how are they marketing to those customers. So really, CRM in a high level view kind of rests in the intersection between sales, support, and marketing. So with sales, how are you dealing with your current customer base, or leads, or are you turning those leads into potential sales? And then through a support aspect, are you supporting your current sales process properly with your CRM? Are you marketing? Are you doing any constant communication or sales marketing automation? So really defining what CRM is for you and for your business is a key step in getting going with a CRM implementation. Now, we go ahead and start it off with our first poll kind of. The step two is really trying to access your current system and your current needs. So I'll go ahead and put up the poll here. Really, how are you currently tracking your customer information? Are you using sticky notes, or are you using a CRM package? Maybe you're using Excel spreadsheets, contacts in your email, those types of things. So let's go ahead and present that first poll. I like to do polls in my presentations to kind of get uh, audience participation. So where is that here? So go ahead and see if you guys can vote there possibly. One vote for sticky notes and paper. All in your head. There's one vote for all in your head. So that's definitely good to know. I'll go ahead and go back to the presentation now. Another vote for sticky notes. Thank you very much. And we'll go ahead and go back. This is only a few of us here. Bring up the presentation again. So really assessing your current system and really what your needs are is a key factor with if you are looking at going to some kind of CRM solution. You might have contact lists, sticky notes, business cards, contacts in your email, those types of things. So it's really a key factor when you want to implement CRM. I'm going to go to the next one. My slides aren't going. Oh, there we go. Oh, one too far. So all of us, or most of us, have probably done networking events. So when I talk about networking, when you go to networking events, you probably often you get a lot of business cards. And what happens to those business cards? Usually you bring them home, put them on your desk, or take them in the office, put them on your desk, and then you end up getting a large stack of business cards, but you really don't do anything with those. Maybe you'll put a few of them in your contacts list, maybe you'll contact them, but it's not really a conducive experience or very good experience. So a CRM application can really give you the ability to get organized, meaning that you might have, a customer list and contacts in your Outlook or your email application, sticky notes, all these different areas where you are keeping your customer touches, your customer information, but it's not really organized. So with a CRM application, it gives you that one repository where you can store those communications and those contacts lists with your customers, um, and it gives you that ability to really get organized. So when you are looking at doing a CRM application, CRM software and CRM solutions can be very large. They're large applications. They can really, really, you need to really set goals, clear goals, like, um, do I want to manage my existing customers? Do I want to keep track of my best customers? How do maybe I want to upsell those existing customers. Maybe I want to generate leads or have, a good lead organization. Sorry here. Hope somebody's not trying to get in here. Yeah. Generate a good set of prospects and a good set of leads. So when you set clear goals, that really helps you um, build your application and be successful in the future. So user adoption is also one really key factor. Whenever you're trying to implement any new software solution, you're going to get pushback. You're going to get pushback from stakeholders, from employees, is why do I need this? So when you're implementing a CRM application, I see it time and time again is that, organizations want CRM, they want to put it in, but they really don't know what it is or how it's going to benefit them. And then they get the application, they implement, and then they say, here, go at it. Really, you need to, work with and engage with your employees and define what you want it to be, and then train those employees on how to use that application, and then measure its success, meaning that, what's working. Is my lead generation, am I gathering prospects right? Am I measuring that right? Am I engaging with customers or potential leads correctly? So really getting that buy-in, not only from the end users, but also from all the stakeholders, is a really key factor when you see a successful CRM implementation and people are really using the application. Um, your data. So I had mentioned earlier about having data in all different places, from spreadsheets to your contact list in your email or your business card. So a key factor in a successful CRM is really getting a clean set of data and using that data set in your application. So this is often where an outside source, like a consultant, can come in and really help you with those types of services, where you can gather all, information from the different contact lists or the spreadsheets, and do the import correctly, and really give you a great starting point, and which will help with adoption of the program as well. So here we're getting involved in my in the second little poll that I have for this presentation, is really looking at, like, how are you currently, do you have any metrics around how your current sales process is? Are you tracking your contacts to leads, or leads to presentations, and presentations to sales, those types of things? So let me go ahead and put up that poll here. This poll right here. So have you really thought about measuring metrics like how many contacts turn into leads and presentations and finally into a sale. So go ahead and, if you're able to vote there. So we have one vote. Another vote and the message, thank you. All right, so go ahead and go back to the presentation here. Thank you very much. So with on-demand reporting and a CRM type solution, it can really give you some true reporting, some true metrics on how successful you are with your sales process, meaning put a metric on how many contacts do you have that possibly turn into leads, or those leads that turn into a quote or a presentation or a meeting, and those presentations that actually turn into monetary sales. So that can be very powerful for any size business, even a sole proprietary, a sole proprietor person can really benefit from having some kind of metrics on showing them how successful they are in what they're doing. And it can also give you some idea of how to rework things, how to, be how to have your sales process be better for you as well as for your customer. So we'll go ahead and go. Step 8 was really around, integrating your communications. So what a good CRM application really does for you is it kind of gives you a repository of your communications and your touches with your stakeholders, from vendors to contacts, leads, customers, whatever you have that you consider as a customer, a stakeholder, can really have a one-stop shop for all those types of communications. An example of that I can give from my personal experience. I implemented Microsoft CRM Online about 2 years ago from my business. And during that implementation, one of the first leads that I ever got was a lead. I provide cloud services for small and mid-sized businesses. So I wanted to provide some cloud services for a decent-sized business. And it was a lead there, and they saw the value of what I was providing, but they just weren't ready to implement. So through that sales process, I was tracking, in CRM Online, I was tracking the emails and tracking my calls with them and presentations and those types of things. And eventually that sale went cold. So I didn't hear back from them for 6-7 months. I didn't hear anything from them. Then recently they contacted me and said they're looking at this again. They're looking at some other organizations as well. So I was able to go back to our original communications and the whole repository that we have through our emails and calls, and really go over with them what we originally talked about and bring them through that kind of sales process. And it was really impressive for that customer that I had that information that was over a year old, and it really helped me close that deal, just by being able to show that I care and I have that information and that types of thing. It was really powerful. Now, another good step with CRM is marketing automation, and kind of not really your non-blind marketing. So when I say marketing automation, it really gives you the ability to create email newsletters and surveys and provide good content for your customer list or your potential customers. Now there is one thing where I'm showing here is kind of like no spam. So you really want to kind of look at it as you want to become a trusted advisor. So as a lawyer, I'm probably speaking to some people who are in the law experience. Really, a lawyer is a trusted advisor in many different aspects of people's lives. From if they have to set up trust, wills, or whatever type of lawyer you are. So providing that kind of information, maybe in a newsletter, but not making it a sales type of um, marketing, but more of an advisor type of marketing, can be very beneficial, and in turn, turn into definitely leads and sales in the long run. So the last step is really around the kind of the customer service experience. So a CRM application really allows you to be consistent with your customers, as well as provide a high level of service and support, and really makes you look like you are listening to your customer. So if it's any, and when I say customer, it can be anybody from your external customers to your internal stakeholders, prospects, vendors, leads, or contacts, any type of aspect right there. When you have all of them in a single repository, that's a CRM type application, it really improves that customer experience for you and for the end user as well. So I'll go ahead and here is some kind of next steps. There's a Microsoft Dynamics link out there for CRM Dynamics, as well as a guided tour for CRM Online, Microsoft CRM Online. And also go ahead and attempt to do my demo here really quick as well for Office Lens, because I love this app and I do a lot of networking, so I get a lot of business cards, and I hate having that business card stack on my desk. So what I'll do here is here's my business card. If you guys can see that here. And here's Office Lens. Let me so Office Lens you can get from the App Store. It's a free app, or the Google Android Store, even the Windows Store. So it's kind of like that. It's just a camera. So I'm going to take a picture of my business card with the Office Lens app. And there's kind of a picture there. And then what I'm going to do here is I can import it directly to my OneNote, Microsoft OneNote. So when I go to OneNote, I'm going to give it a name here. Click Save, and it's going to transfer that to my OneNote. So now when I go ahead and bring up OneNote, let's go ahead and bring up my OneNote. So you can see, oh, I have some previous ones there. You can see it brought in a picture of my card, which is okay. I mean, the picture is good. It's always nice to have that. But really, the powerful thing about this is actually this part. So what I can do here is I can just double click there, and so when I double click there, let's go ahead and bring that up here. That brings an Outlook contact list there. So all I have to do is just save it right there. So I don't have to do any writing. Mine didn't come in that well just because my card is weird. I have two addresses on my card, so most people will only have one address on the card. But I can save this directly into my contact list, and then CRM Online will import that right into my contacts within CRM Online. So no longer do I have to have that big card stack on my desk. Whenever I go to a networking event, I get cards, I take pictures of them pretty much right away, and then save it into my contact list. So I'll go ahead and bring up the presentation again. So let me unmute the audience, see if there's any questions here. That's short and sweet. That's usually how my presentations are. I don't want to waste people's time too much. So I'll go if anybody has Beth might have a question there. Yeah, that's correct, Beth. So Office Lens, very simple to use. If you have an Android or app, you probably don't get a picture of that because it's a webinar, but you download the app, take a, just go into Office Lens, you take a picture through the Office Lens. So you set it on business card, you take a picture of that, and then you link that Office Lens to your OneNote. So you should have OneNote online or whatever, and then it'll bring it into your OneNote, and then double click that, and then you can save it directly into your Outlook contact list. So it saves you. There's a couple clicks there, but it's a lot easier, I find, than trying to type that contact list in there. Especially if you have a whole stack of cards, you can just one day you can just sit there and take pictures of all of them, and get them in. Sometimes you might have to modify the contact a little bit in there, but for the most part, it all comes in. Like it comes in pretty well, and you have to do a little bit of modification. So I think you two are the only ones on there. So if you guys want to send me your email, I can give you both the Office Home Edition. Give you a link to that Office Edition that will have the Office 365 Home Edition. So that's my email address. Because I think you two only showed up, so I probably don't need to service you or survey you guys. Um, I'll still send a survey out, but you two are the only ones that showed up, so I'll give you guys the free software. Is that William? Is that info at yourmusic.attorney? That's your address? Okay. Thank you. And if there's any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them.